Okay, this might come as a shock to some people because I be making videos on feminine energy, how to get men to chase you and stuff like that. But on some real shit, guys, I know I make these kinds of videos, but my dating life is pretty much non-existent. When I tell you guys, I literally have such issues with men. And that is like the honest truth. It's the biggest thing in my life that I struggle to change. I find myself repeating the same cycle and pattern with every single guy that I meet. Hence why I've taken a break now to be on my own. Like, oh my God, I'm just gonna go all out here and be completely real. Something that happens to me sometimes when I talk to guys, and I'm wondering if anybody else has this as well. And this might shock you, right? Because I come across very confident. I freeze up sometimes when I'm talking to guys. I will feel so embarrassed and awkward to be talking to a man because I don't know what happens to me, but I just freeze and I don't know what else to say. And I literally just want to dig myself a hole in the ground and never come out. It's like those moments where I wish I had magical superpowers to make myself disappear, but I don't. And this happens to me all the fucking time with guys. And while we're being honest and sticking completely to the truth, the last guy I dated, I remember I used to judge him because I noticed that he was low-key misogynistic. In other words, he low-key hated women. And then I realized that he was my mirror because I fucking hate men, I realized. I know this might be like a lot for me to be sharing this, but it's the dead ass truth. And it's part of my healing journey of trying to get out of this mess and heal this shit. But genuinely, this is one of my struggles. And I wanted to share it to be real and not always be like, oh my God, everybody's always obsessed with me. Yes, I do end up getting the guys that I want, but they're never the right ones. They're never guys that actually treat me right.
She spends all of her time teaching women how to attract men, how to get into relationships, and how to make men obsessed with her. But her dating and relationship life is in total shambles. She doesn't practice what she preaches. 100% fail. She has finally exposed women and how they teach other women foolishness and destroy each other's relationships with their fake lessons and nonsense advice. She also confessed that she hates men, needs to heal herself, and can't stop getting with Chads and Tyrones, who treat her like garbage. You seriously cannot make this stuff up.
Shocking. Shocking.
Listen to this. I want you to understand that you need to set these standards from the minute you know this person, from the first interaction, okay? So let's say they follow you on Instagram or you follow them on Instagram, right? You are going to have to, for me, stay in your feminine energy and do not message them, okay? I don't care how much you fancy them, right? Do not message them. Do not do it, okay? If this person sees enough potential in you and, you know, they look at you as much as you look at them and you just want to speak to them, you want to get to know them, they will do that. And if they don't do that, it's because they don't want to. So that's the first thing. Stay in your feminine energy and do not message them first. I know that sounds really like old-fashioned, but no, trust me, don't do it. When you eventually start talking to someone, you need to remember that it is a privilege to speak to you. It's a privilege to be within your presence, to receive messages from you, to potentially go on a date with you. It is a privilege, okay? And you can be so fucking respectful to a guy, but also keep that in mind. Like, you don't have to be a bitch. You don't have to be like, you know, playing hard to get. Like, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you need to remember that you are a prize to be won. And as long as you do remember that, then that will come across in your communication with this person. Stay within your feminine energy and wait for the guy to make the effort with you, because that's what you want. And that is the long-term goal. You know, when you're with this person, they're your boyfriend, you want them to make that effort. You want them to step out of that line and make you feel good and appreciated and all of that. And you can reciprocate that without stepping into masculine energy and arranging the date for them. No, we're not doing that. Like, no, let them arrange it. And if they don't, they're not the right person for you. And I promise you now, you will pass a lot of bad situationships if you do this from the beginning, because all the other guys who aren't making this effort and you're kind of just letting them because of the way you act, the way you respond, they're going to be filtered through because they're not going to pass the fucking one day of speaking to you, and you're eventually going to find someone who does make the effort, that treats you right.
You cannot force somebody to treat you well. Stop playing these silly games. Stop being entitled and stuck up, egotistical and arrogant. Respect is earned. You can't expect people to treat you well just because you act like you deserve it or because you act like some sort of prize. When you give to somebody, they generally want to give you back. It's called the law of reciprocity. If you want kindness, be kind. If you want love, be love. If you treat people well, your chances of being treated well will start to increase. Seriously, I don't know what's wrong with you entitled women. Stop poisoning other people's minds with your foolish advice.
You're an idiot!